Hey everybody, welcome back to another one of our Werewolf games. If you've never seen one of these before, I play Werewolf once or twice each week usually with folks on Zoom that join from the Dice Tower Werewolf group. Lots of Werewolf games happen. These happen to be the ones that I run. And so I'm always trying out different unusual things. Today I'm going to introduce robots. This is kind of a mix of other stuff that I've seen in Werewolf games before and a mix from other games. I just wanted to see how the game worked with these, so I tried it twice. This is the first game you're about to see. Here we go.
All right, everybody, welcome to the first Werewolf game that I'm running in October. So, welcome. I'm going to go over our roles for tonight. Once again, we're going to try out something new that I've not done before. And you're the one on Saturday, so you'll see how well it works. Although last week, I think it's fair to say our Saturday game went better than our Sunday game. So, here are the roles tonight. First of all, once again, no Tanner and no Drunk, just so that doesn't get asked soon enough as we go in. But we're going to play with a seer. So the seer each night can ask me if someone is a werewolf or not. That's the only question a seer can ask me at night, basically. He'll just show me the name, and I'll say, yes, they're a werewolf, or no, they're not a werewolf. We're going to play with a hunter. The hunter, when they are killed, can immediately pick somebody else, and that person is also killed no matter what their role. We're going to play with the apprentice seer. The apprentice seer, if you are the apprentice seer, you are a basically boring villager until the seer dies, in which case you will become the seer. Not only that, I'll let the seer text you one thing they know. All right? But only one. We're going to play with the Sasquatch. The Sasquatch will become a werewolf if the village goes a day without killing anyone. Then the Sasquatch becomes a werewolf. Or if the werewolves attempt to kill the Sasquatch, then the Sasquatch also becomes a werewolf. The next day I'll say nobody died. And then the werewolves will find out the next night. So those are my village roles. Seer, Hunter, Apprentice, Seer, and Sasquatch. We have an indeterminate number of werewolves, including a werewolf hunter and a werewolf cub. So there's at least two. The werewolf cub, if the werewolf cub gets hung, the werewolves get extremely angry and will attempt to murder two people the next night. The werewolf hunter, when they are killed, laughing, will take someone out with them. Sound good?
Yep.
All right. We're also going to be playing with some robots.
Oh, I was right.
Well, I said first law. I thought that was... Anyway. All right, so here's how my robots work. This is very different. I just made this up. If I'm copying someone, I apologize because I didn't mean to. So there are three robots. The robots at the beginning of the game, and hopefully for the whole game, are on the villagers' team. They want the villagers to win. They want the villagers to do well. As such, the robots as a group are going to function as the bodyguard. At night, the robots will wake up during the bodyguard's time. I'll just say robots. The robots will pick someone to defend. If the werewolves try to kill that person, they will not die. The robots, just like a bodyguard, cannot defend the same person each night. One night over the course of the whole game, the robots can split up and defend two people if they want to. That's up to them. One night over the course of the game, the robots, instead of protecting someone, can as a group tell me they would like to kill someone instead, trying to kill a werewolf. And then that person will wake up the next morning dead.
How can you wake up dead?
Well,
Question it.
It happens all the time in werewolf games.
When a robot dies, are you going to say this is a robot or a villager?
Oh, we're not there yet. All right, so the robots cannot be killed by a werewolf. If the werewolves attempt to kill a robot, nothing will happen. 2 times over the course of the game, the werewolves can guess all 3 robots, or however many robots they think are left. But I guess you can guess 3. So you'll hold up a sheet that says something like this. The robots are John, Tim, and Susan. Sorry, John, didn't know you were in the game. So you would show this, and if you're correct, all 3 robots are immediately deactivated. The werewolves have figured out how to do so, and all 3 robots are removed from the game. If they hold up this sheet and there's only 2 people left, but both those people are on this sheet, then the same thing happens. And if there's only 1 robot left, same thing happens. So they just need to be on the sheet. So this can only happen twice per game.
But they pretty much just have to guess all of them. Yeah.
They do. Well, here's the thing. Okay. Each robot, so these robots were made a long time ago, they tend to suffer a quirk. And so what's going to happen is I'm going to give each robot a quirk. I'm not telling you all what the quirk might be. I've already predetermined these quirks, and you must follow this quirk. If you don't, then you'll be deactivated, and I'll just say so-and-so broke a rule. That robot's out of the game.
I have the undying quirk.
I'm sorry, what?
I have the undying quirk.
Good questions. So, Nick, this is why you are here, just temporarily. You are, as a spectator, will help me keep an eye on these. I'll tell you who the robots are and what their quirks are. And if you notice them breaking these quirks, then you need to tell me because I might miss it. Make sense?
I will. Yep.
All right, Scramboose, I'll text you the information.
Okay.
What happens if the werewolves kind of like, one of the werewolves holds up the 3 names, but the other werewolves don't want to use one of the 2 tries that turn? Do they have to negotiate during that period? Or
yes. That's up to the werewolves to decide.
Okay, so they have to do consensus to name the 3 names
Sure.
or however many names? Okay.
Now, a robot can be hung during the day. If a robot is picked, and of course the werewolves are going to want to take out the robots. If a robot is hung, then so be it. If 2 of the robots out of 3 are hung, the final robot's programming becomes corrupted. The first law no longer happens, and that robot becomes a crazed maniacal killer. At that point, during their time at night, they will also kill people. They'll kill 2 people per night.
Is that separate from the werewolves, I assume?
That is separate from the werewolves.
do the 2 robots have to be lynched, or can 2 robots die by wolf death and then the last one is crazed as well?
Wolves cannot kill robots.
Oh yeah, sorry.
So if there's the last robot left, he's killing villagers. Does the robot win?
The robot, if there's 1 robot left and they go bad, they must kill everyone else in the village. Of course, if there's 1 person left and the robot, they can kill that person.
If that were to happen, does the bodyguard protect from robot or just werewolf?
There is no bodyguard.
The
robots are the bodyguards, yeah.
So here's the deal, folks. Since I'm giving each of the robots a quirk, if you're a villager, it's okay if you make up some own quirk for yourself. But that's on you.
So you're not going to tell us the quirks.
Oh, I'm going to tell the robot the quirk.
But not the village right now.
That's correct. Okay. And here's the thing. The robots cannot tell people what their quirks are. But you are allowed to speculate all you want to who someone's a robot, and you can say, I am a robot or I'm not a robot. But that's about it.
So just to be clear, killing the robots, you have to name all 3 of them as werewolves, right? Or all that are remaining. For example, if it's only 2?
That's correct.
Do we know when a robot dies that he was or she was
when a robot dies, I'll tell you they're a robot.
Okay.
It's always in the wolf's best interest to name 3 names regardless of how many robots are
That's correct.
I mean, we would know that they're a robot. We'd hopefully at least do an autopsy on them. We'd find out.
Yes, unlike Battlestar Galactica, we'll know when someone dies if they're a robot or not instantly. If I had run Battlestar Galactica, everyone's pinky finger would have been chopped off. It would have. The series would have been much shorter.
The robots act before the werewolves at night.
Did a what?
Do the robots act before the werewolves at night or after?
They do. Werewolves? It's going to be robots, werewolf, seer. That's it. Cool. I'm trying not to make this overly complicated. I mean, it's a little complicated for the robots, but there's not a lot of other roles going on here.
So you said that the robots are on the villager team, and then there was something said about if they went like psychotic. At that point, do they lose their village win condition and they're trying to kill everyone?
That's correct, but that's only if there's 1 robot left. Other than that, the robots and villagers jointly win if they kill the werewolves.
Okay. and they can potentially lose their power if they don't do their quirk.
No, they'll die.
You're out of the game.
Okay.
Any other questions?
You said the robots can once decide to kill someone. Is that instead of defending somebody?
That's correct.
Okay.
Alrighty, I'm going to start texting everybody what they are. If you're a robot, I'll also be texting you what your quirk is. When all that's done, Nick, I will text you all that information. If you want to share it with other spectators, that's up to you. But please don't post anything about it in chat. All right,
Yes,
while I do this, y'all can talk. Here we go.
Talking.
I used to have nightmares about Terminator 2. I'm not liking this robot idea.
I'm just wishing I'd played more Inhuman Conditions before this.
The
quirks might be really handy.
The first night, I imagine the robots will wake up and see the other robots just the same way the werewolves do.
Oh, that's a good question.
I'm sorry, what?
The first night, the werewolves, just like the werewolves wake up and see each other, the robots will do the same. Wake up and see each other. So the robots know who the other robots are. I mean, that would make sense.
Yes.
Considering they're all waking up anyways.
And who mentioned Inhuman Conditions?
I did.
I actually pulled that game out to get ideas for the quirks, and then I put it away because they were stupid.
Oh.
I have a very low opinion of that game.
I watched when you played it with Mike. That was fun, though.
The problem with Inhuman Conditions is only half the games are fun. If someone's
when you're not a
villager-
human.
Yeah, when there's a human being interrogated, it's not fun. But you have to do that or else the game doesn't work.
Your quirk, Scotty, looking to the camera really close.
Is this the I haven't paid attention to some of the last Werewolf games. Is this the first game session with these robots?
Yeah.
Yeah, it
Yes.
is.
Okay.
It seems like every weekend is
Something
Saturday,
new.
Sunday, something new. Yeah.
Yeah,
Hey,
sorry.
it keeps it fresh.
That's
No,
what
I
makes
love it.
great.
Yeah, I've been loving watching them. It's awesome.
Yeah, they got very good positive response in the last games from last week.
I was watching the Saturday game last week live. It was a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah,
since we're just
I
randomly
watched it on the channel. It was really good.
Since we're just randomly talking about stuff, on a unrelated note to any of this, I've now watched 23 seasons of Star Trek nonstop from us this past year. What do I watch after Star Trek Enterprise?
Anything good?
Classic
Babylon
Doctor Who.
5.
Coronation Street.
How many episodes is that?
I've watched 7 seasons of Next Generation, all 7 of Deep Space Nine, 7 seasons of Voyager, and now I'm finishing up Enterprise.
Oh,
The
they're all
Outer Limits,
Discovery.
Twilight Zone, and Black Mirror.
The new Star Trek.
Discovery.
Discovery or Picard?
I don't want to watch Discovery.
I heard Discovery was good, but I haven't seen it myself, so.
I really like the series Dark. If you can stand the German.
Oh yeah, Dark
show.
is super good.
Oh,
yeah.
Shadows.
Galaxy
Is it
Quest.
Dark Shadows like an old show?
Do you want something sci-fi based?
I kind of want to. I'm like Doctor Who might be on my list because I just kind of want to watch some random show, like a show
Orville.
where I can kind of put it on, but like kind of really not pay attention.
Oh, then you shouldn't watch Dark.
Victor,
Dark
have
is
you
like-
seen-
Yeah, Dark will be way
You
too
need a
much.
notepad book.
Victor, have you seen The Expanse?
No.
It's good.
Watch
No,
the
but
Orville.
but again, is Expanse one where I should like sit and pay attention, or because Star
I think
Trek for me is
so.
one where I'm like doing the dishes, or I'm like,
Oh.
you know.
Is that because you've seen it so much before?
No,
Before?
it's just because you can't take Star Trek seriously. You have to shut your brain off because nothing ever makes sense.
I disagree.
I'm sorry, my brain's there's some interference going on, so I have to readjust the
He's
manifold.
a robot.
So I want to show the watch that's like
You
I
should
don't have
watch
to really pay attention.
Red Dwarf. It's have you seen that?
I feel like I think I know that one.
It's a show about the last like 4 living people, or they're not. There's only actually one of them is human, and they're just a bunch of losers drifting through space. Like it's very bizarre.
How does that translate to an American audience, Red Dwarf? Because it's very British, the humour.
yeah, it's hard to watch and it's interesting, and you'll either love it or you'll hate it.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's I feel like with like British
What is
comedies,
IMDb
like some people
considered
just you either get it or you don't.
Go with another Roddenberry series and go with Andromeda. That's
Keeping
kind
Up
of cheesy
Appearances.
I love Keeping Up Appearances.
Really? What?
Keeping Up Appearances, and my other favorite from back in the day is Are You Being Served?
What?
Oh God!
Stop coming with your video.
I watched that as like a teenager, and I thought it was fantastic.
What?
Yeah, no. And everyone thinks we're like that as well. Oh,
Simon, you're a Brit. How does Keeping Up Appearances make it abroad? How does that show make it?
I know, it's awful.
It'd be worse. You could be watching the British Empire.
I liked LOLO.
Yeah, that was quality. That was quality. I love that.
Good morning.
What is it?
Good morning.
No, what was that? LOLO?
LOLO.
It was about the French resistance, and it just had a lot of British people with really bad French accents.
Yes, the German occupation of France. Yeah,
it's like that's like laws of English comedy. You don't need to speak foreign languages. Accents will do.
Okay, all the werewolf special quirks don't start until day 1.
You mean robot?
Robot, yes.
Okay.
Also, there's a werewolf robot. No, there's not.
A werewolf with quirks?
Well, we all know the werewolves have quirks. All right, everyone should have gotten your special roles. Anyone not get one? All righty. Well, let's get started, everybody, with night number 1. Good night. I'll see you in the morning. All righty. Well, your town, long time ago, built these mechanical automatons called golems, which is fantasy's ways of using robots without actually using robots. It's very, very cheap. But then eventually you started calling them robots because we wanted to make this work with all other science fiction. The robots escaped, grew very fond of their human masters despite that, and have vowed to keep them protected from the werewolves. That's the short summary. I don't have time for a longer background story. So we're going to start here with the robots. So if the robots would look up, you'll see who each other are. And that's it. All righty. Go ahead, put your heads down. All righty. Let's do our second meet and greet tonight. Werewolves. If you're a werewolf in any shape or fashion, look up. Say hi to one another. All righty. Good night. And Seer. Who would you like to know about? Thank you. All right, good morning, everybody. Day 1 has begun. What's going to happen?
We got a real interesting crowd, sounds like.
Yeah. I think I noticed Jason is not here, right?
So, Daniel, who'd you check tonight?
You don't have to ask that if it's quiet when the day starts.
Yeah, if you don't hear, so I have a theory.
I got an idea. I think this makes sense. Only logical sense. I trust all of you.
The only thing that makes sense.
Well, nobody's died yet, so it is a reasonable assumption, right?
I trust all of you, 100%.
Game over. Villagers win.
Yeah, how do we even know there's any werewolves? We just don't know.
Has anyone ever played with like robots before? Like, the quirks. Like, what could the quirks be? I've like
we have no.
He's just made it up.
We need the Sasquatch to come out.
Well, I mean, it could be anything. It could be they have to vote down on the second vote, or who knows what. It could be like a personality thing or a voting habit. We have no clue yet.
Or they have to say something during the day. We don't know.
Yeah.
Or do we?
Like, what if they?
Well, some of us know.
I could also coming from a Jason kind of line of thought. I mean, I feel like one of the first things a lot of people might do is ask the robots to come out because they're immune to werewolves. So I wouldn't be surprised if part of their quirk is that they're not allowed to reveal themselves.
Well, I think that's
we need them. We need them badly.
If the werewolves know
that's
all
my
three,
point because they're on the village side.
Yeah, but if the robots know all three, then they will vote them down.
I did forget that already.
That is a bad idea.
Sounds like something a werewolf would say.
Oh, let's see. Josh, probably werewolf.
Sure, hang me. I don't care. I have other things I can do at 9 o'clock.
I believe Josh just messed up and forgot.
I'm just.
I forgot about that too.
I'll trust him as a fellow New Yorker. So
until two people start dying in the night time, which indicates there's like one robot left, like the robots are good people.
Well, not necessarily.
Does the robot kill two people? Not.
do.
Yeah, so it'll be three people dead at night.
Only the last robot.
Yeah, when it's only so it's
Yeah.
I guess the robot.
They
if
can
that point,
one night kill two people, no?
yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
if the
if
robot
there's one left, or they have that like once per game, they can all select a person to kill together.
Yeah, but they're mainly. We need them for the bodyguard. We need them to protect.
Oh, absolutely.
us.
Yeah. No, I'm not saying get rid of the robots.
Are the robots kind of like cops, where if we ask them directly, they have to tell the truth?
No, that's not Breaking Bad.
The RoboCop. What was the reason for the robots not to come out again?
Because the werewolves pick all three, and they get all three correct, they're all dead.
Yes.
Yeah.
Twice,
and if they come out, then it's the first night's werewolves like, hey, these are the three, and then they're all gone.
Yeah.
And it's just really bad for the village at that point.
Yeah, the robots are really useful, like obviously, because one night they can like defend two people as well.
Correct.
One night they can defend three, wasn't it? Because
No, it was two.
Oh, I thought he said that he split up and each take their own.
That would have made a lot more sense, Andrew. So I'm going to change it to that right now.
Okay.
All right. I think that's good.
What did you say, Andrew?
Is that official?
They each split up and take their own for one night, so they each defend one person.
Actually, let's rephrase that, Andrew. They can each defend one.
Okay. So
Okay.
if there are less than three left, then there'd be only two or one.
That's correct.
But I'm assuming that means that they
makes
can't when they're splitting up, they can't protect what they've done the previous night or the night before or the night after.
The night that they split up, they can protect anyone with nothing
I know.
previous affecting that.
That's
Okay.
cool.
Nice.
Okay.
That means
Very cool.
if they choose to use that, and if we want three people to be saved, that means that three robots should be alive.
Hey, Yosef, you can't claim to be the bodyguard this time.
Yeah, I know. It's a bit sad.
Hey, just as a note to robots, then I just make yourself like a little scrap piece of paper, some little note to yourself to hold up that you can all show that you're wanting to do that one-time ability. Because I feel like sometimes at night when Tom's asking for something to happen and everybody's just holding up names, there's like confusion of like, are we doing this? Are we not doing
My
this?
favorite bodyguards and my favorite seers are the people who have during the day already written down their information. But you don't have to do that. I'm just saying you'll be my favorite.
Sometimes the kill that happens during the day determines what's going to happen during the night. Yes.
True.
Yeah, you can change it.
But we've had a few seers and bodyguards who wake up, and I feel like they actually just woke up.
Who do I not trust?
Hey, who? Where? Is it morning already?
Yeah, and I assume you made that comment not trying to point me out because I was the Frankenstein, so I had to like erase every time.
No, if I was talking about you, I'd talk about that hood.
That one night was easy. You just went all the time. Except the seer mode, but...
I mean, I think we've established like the Sasquatch thing in previous games. Well, I mean, I've only played one, but I've watched a lot of you guys play before. But we're definitely killing someone tonight. Is that the kind of plan?
Yeah. Worst about there's one villager, but they're killing somebody. But if we don't kill somebody, we lose one villager, and also they get another.
They become a werewolf. Yeah. So the werewolves get the pick the first kill.
We sometimes talk about how many we think. Are we at 4 wolves? Maybe.
I think at least because
Well, you tell us,
he's
Scotty.
pretty strong.
I don't
know.
I think you only said one Sasquatch, right? There's no hidden Sasquatch.
Yeah, just one Sasquatch, two werewolves.
Is it
A werewolf cub,
Sasquatch
a
or
werewolf
is it
hunter.
cursed?
Yeah.
And
then
I think there could be
regular
5. I think there could be 5 actually, like 3
I'm
regular
reckoning
and
at
the 2
least 4.
specials.
That was my thought. I was
4 to
thinking at
5.
least 4, including normal werewolves.
Well, we have a seer, app seer, hunter, 3 robots. Yeah.
Is it a vanilla Sasquatch this week, or is it cursed? Does it become a werewolf if it's killed by the werewolves?
It becomes a werewolf.
It's actually just normal Sasquatch for me at this point.
Good.
just to avoid enough meta.
I think in terms of figuring out like how many werewolves, it's like how powerful do we think the robots are? So presuming like Tom's balanced it, like are the robots?
Well, I think they're more powerful than the bodyguard because they can't be killed at night, and there's 3 of them.
Yeah.
So like one could be killed, but I mean it's more likely that one of them will be killed because there's 3 of them as well. And if 2 of them are killed, then it's horrendous for us. So.
Yeah.
Oh.
Mind you, those double kills might end up taking out some werewolves as well. So
true, because they can attack anyone, not just.
Oh yeah, but at that point they are not villagers, so it's bad for everyone.
Yeah.
So it depends.
Spoken like a killer robot, Damien. I like it.
But if there's only one left, if there's only one robot left, couldn't that robot come out and say, "I'm the only one left," and then we just kill him during the day?
I think
Well, he doesn't win.
Yeah, but he
doesn't win with the villagers at that point. If there's only one robot win, I think he said that he doesn't win.
Oh,
Yeah, he becomes like a chupacabra. He becomes like a third party.
Here's one question to Tom. So if only one robot remains and he goes on a frenzy and kills everybody, does he win alone or the robot team wins?
The robots either win with the villagers or one robot wins alone.
Do the other dead robots win with the live
no,
robot?
They do not.
No, they're still villagers.
They're ashamed of that robot's actions.
I didn't know robots
Do
had
no
shame.
harm. Do no harm.
So I'm thinking like we shouldn't try to look for quirks, right? Because
it's
better if we don't talk about it, because then the werewolf might.
Now is that just simply because you're afraid we'll notice your quirks?
Don't talk about Robot Club.
I mean, yeah, feel free to look for quirks, but maybe just don't voice your findings.
It was like when we had the senator last week, and everybody started like trying to figure out who the senator was. Like, no, don't do that, because then the werewolf.
At least don't do it in day 1, because there are so many people to look out for.
Yeah, figure it out, but don't say it.
I'm wondering if
someone
if
who's
there's a
eerily suspicious, who's usually vocal, is Miss JoJo. Talk to us.
He's kind
All right, I'm just wondering, is there any strategy today, or are we just killing someone?
No,
I think
unfortunately.
we don't have enough information.
You mean like
Any strategy in the first day?
Right, like there's nothing to do. I feel like we just keep talking about stuff that doesn't exactly matter quite yet in the game, which is fine because Tom hasn't said anything.
By the way, I need a nomination,
yet.
please.
I'm curious if one of the robot quirks is that somebody can't talk unless they're directly asked to talk, because I haven't heard some people
I
turn
thought
on
we
their
just said we
microphones.
didn't want to talk about the robot.
I thought the quirks didn't happen until day 1. Is this still?
This is day 1.
Or day 1 or day 0? Oh, okay.
Trying to get a couple of people that haven't turned their microphones on to talk.
JoJo's audio is kind of going robot-y for me, so.
Identifying a quirk and then not speaking out loud, right?
Well, we've not heard it. There's still 3.
So I have a question for
people who are
Nam.
muted.
Nam.
Yes, Squammy, go ahead.
Yeah.
Are you a werewolf?
No.
Is anybody else suspect of Nam?
Yes.
Oh, no.
I can't.
I nominate Damien.
Come on, let's get me out early. So
Swami's nominated.
I like that logic.
Is there a second to that?
Sure.
Anybody?
All right, Josh confidently said sure. Damien, what's your defense?
Well, it's day 1, vote 1. There isn't really anything. But if you kill me, it means I get to go back to bed. So do with that whatever you will. Since it is 2 a.m. over here.
Yes, we will make you play. All right.
I mean, hey, if they want to vote me out early, that's their choice.
All right. This is the first vote of day 1. This means you want him to live. This means you would like him to die in the game. All right. On 3. Ready. 1, 2, 3.
All right, go, Joseph. Keep the theme going.
Eddie, we caught that. Don't worry.
Yeah.
That's 22 up, 22 down.
Who's second to that?
No, there's
Wasn't it 3 down?
Josh.
I just want to.
I think it was.
I just
It was
want to
3
click.
down, right?
Joseph, Eddie, and Kwame all
Kwame,
voted
and Joseph. Yeah.
Sorry, well, Kwame's thumb was moving.
Oh, you didn't see mine?
Well,
It was like
down.
this for a while.
It was down.
It was. I think you were frozen for a second.
Oh.
I was just gonna be like,
Can I explain myself? Like, literally, I was supposed to vote up, but I was too busy, like, trying to, like, fill the spreadsheet in, and I voted down by mistake.
oh right, vote down by mistake. Such a tough thing, right?
2 a.m. like me, it's late night. Do you know what I mean? It's late night. I was supposed to vote up.
Day one, I've already given up on the spreadsheet. I'm too confused.
I feel like I need to do this with a video or something before I can do it live.
all right, I need a second nomination, please.
Who's next? I can't nominate.
You can nominate, just not the same person.
No, you can't nominate. You can't be the same person nominating.
In Tom's game, the same person can't nominate more than
The same person can't do the nomination, but the same person can be nominated
by somebody else.
Right, gotcha.
So, John, do you have any good?
No, I've been trying to watch to see if, folks that I've played with, if they're acting any differently. Nam does tend to be very quiet, so when Kwame said that, I'm like, no, he's fine. Glad I didn't say anything anyway.
Well,
So that's kind of Kwame acting normal.
I'm just going on the fact that first game I played with Nam, he was calling me out as a werewolf from the very first round. So that's why I want to know if he's any suspicions at this stage.
Yes.
Well, I do.
He does tend to come out with suspicions relatively early.
I mean, if he has suspicions, he might as well nominate them. But
So the particularly quiet folks, I could be wrong. Tell me if Adrian, Ariana, Hector.
She was very quiet. Her first game was last Sunday, and she was very quiet that game, except she started laughing at some point.
It's probably because
right now
she's
too.
muted.
And this is my
That's
first
why.
game, so
Yeah, muting does tend to make it a little bit quieter than normal.
Just because I feel like I haven't heard her talk, I'm going to nominate Ariana because I wanted to turn her
All
microphone
right,
on
is
and
there
talk.
a second to that?
I'll second it.
All right,
You're
Ariana,
frozen
you've
here talking.
been nominated and seconded. What's your defense?
I think that being respectful of the rules to have my microphone mute is unsuspicious right now, but I'm just a village. And a really nice, smiley person.
Somehow I believe it.
All right, this is vote number
Modest
2 of
and shy.
day 1.
I need to get my freeze
Ariana.
face.
Ready. 1, 2, 3.
Ooh, a couple thumbs down there.
Yeah.
22-2. Ariana, you're still alive. And you don't have to have your mic off during the day if you want to talk. It's up to you.
I'm now curious. I'm now curious for Joseph and JoJo's vote for that.
Yeah.
Joseph has his second vote to kill.
Down.
I voted down because someone's going to have to die, and we get 3 nominations.
What?
What was?
I am not suspect of Joseph's votes.
Why is that?
It's his quirk. He has to not be suspect.
His quirk is to not be suspected of me. It's like,
right.
It could be that he votes down all the time, but we don't want to talk about quirks. We need to keep the robots.
Right, Joseph, Daniel, which of you is a werewolf? Come on now, it's one of the two of you.
Oh,
That's
come
probably
on.
Daniel.
Don't do that. Come on.
Yeah, we don't want to figure out.
Don't do that. That's the meta thing again.
Uh,
Well, sadly,
You know,
I do
I
need
would
a
be-
third nomination.
I would be fine. Well, I'd almost be fine just going into night 2 or into the night.
You mean just Sasquatch?
Oh wait, well,
Yeah, 'cause
There's a
we're gonna,
Sasquatch.
Sasquatch will turn.
Get it over with now, and I don't know.
Boy, I feel like I had to check my notes here. There's no Tanner, right, Kwame?
The one-
No Tanner.
Yeah.
Oh,
'cause I mean, the one thing about the Sasquatch turning now is that the seer won't have to recheck more than one person because you would know at that point.
Yeah.
Do you plan to like not kill during the future? Like, I mean, I'm talking that we don't want to kill in the future. Yeah, we don't want to kill in the future. Right? I think I have a gut feeling that Daniel case is werewolf, based on what I have observed so far. So if
Daniel?
yeah, if anyone has the same suspicion as me, I could nominate him and someone could second.
I do agree, Nam.
Yeah, I nominate
wrong,
Daniel.
guys.
I nominate Daniel.
I'm scared he's a seer and he's gonna die with like good.
Is there a
like,
second
he always
to
finds a werewolf
Daniel's
the first night.
nomination?
So
I'll second it.
I mean, I asked for it,
Nominate and
so
second it. What's your defense?
Well, guys, you just made a mistake. First of all, oh wait, you just made a mistake. First of all, second of all, that's a bad thing to do. Maybe we should spare me. Maybe not. You think about it.
Well,
first of all, second of
last
all,
game the person came out with a roll and that worked pretty good. Maybe you should come out with your.
second of all, I'm
no.
a villager, and third of all, I'm suspicious of Eddie.
That's because of my dodgy.
That's my
vote.
defense.
I voted by mistake though that time.
All right. So remember, if we vote to keep him alive, then no one will die today, and the Sasquatch will become a werewolf. All right, thumbs ready. 1, 2, 3. That is 16 down and 9 up. It's closer, Daniel, but unfortunately you are the first casualty, and Daniel was indeed a villager. Good night, everybody. All right. Well, that was an awkward way to start the day, but hey, maybe you don't need to do anything anyway. Let's start with the robots. Robots, what would you like to do? Normally, you're going to pick someone to defend, but once per game, you can defend number of people equal to the number of robots, or you can kill someone. That's once per game. Otherwise, unless you somehow give me a note to that, I will assume the person's name who you were showing me is the person you're defending. Okay. Thank you. All right, werewolf or werewolves? Thank you. Seer. Who would you like to know about? All right, good morning. You thought that the village was quiet without Jason, but it is now about to get less seconded. Kwame, unfortunately, is dead, and he was a villager. Who would have done such a thing?
Werewolf. Anyone that doesn't like chaos.
And Kwame was the one to first suggest potentially letting the Sasquatch loose. So he would have been my next potential.
Yeah, why did they kill Kwame?
I wouldn't have thought that he would die.
I'm curious
That's
as to
weird.
why Jojo voted down for Ariana and not for Daniel.
I was going to ask the same thing, Michael. I
Right.
wanted to ask.
I
Here's what
think
happened.
Daniel might have been a robot.
Uh-oh.
Yes, he was. I'm 90% sure he was, and I would rather have kept him alive and let a Sasquatch turn because it seems likely that the Sasquatch will turn eventually, and I was willing to take that risk. Our Ariana, I voted down just because it's the second nomination, and I thought the third nomination, anyone can jump on anyone, and they'll get voted out. So I just wanted to kill someone before it was like just anybody, because people aren't really suspicious of people like nominating the third, even if they were a werewolf and just killed anyone. So
I've not
did you believe his little act he did then for being a robot?
I did. That's the only reason that the 10%, I'm not sure. But the fact that he did it and was a villager, he might have just wanted to live, but I feel like he probably was a robot.
Well, Tom has to tell us.
Yeah, didn't Tom say he'll tell us?
I think he was seer.
I'll tell you if someone dies and they're a robot.
I think he was our seer.
So I'm
unfortunately,
100% sure he's not a robot.
He could have been the Sasquatch.
The werewolves can't kill robots.
Yes, but that was who we killed during the day.
Yeah, we're the ones.
Nam, why did you suspect Daniel?
I was wrong. Yeah, I was wrong.
Yeah, I know, but like,
nothing wrong about that.
Thought out thing.
It was wrong, so nothing I could talk more about that. But should we go for Daniel last will? Like he said, Eddie's kind of sketchy. Yeah, he's sketchy.
Good deflection.
I think.
What if he's sketchy?
I'm not deflection.
We're all sketchy to a degree.
For me, Daniel jumped to the let's not go meta, let's not go there very, very quickly, as opposed to giving any reasoning within this game as to why he's not a villager. Now it's hard to come up with evidence on the first day. So
I understand why Danielle suspects me, because I made a mistake on the first vote. I voted down rather than up, and then I tried to change it halfway through. So I could understand his logic for thinking that was a sketchy move, but it was literally I was looking to try and make notes, and then I voted wrong rather than voting up. But I can understand his logic in terms of suspecting me for that.
I want to mention before I die that Nam is very much more smiley than he normally is. So just wanted to put that out there.
I did want to ask Nam.
Yeah, I mean, I'm smiley because I know I'm a villager, so even if I die...
Oh, you never smile when you're a villager. We'll see.
Has Nam been a werewolf before?
I don't know that I've played against him as a werewolf.
Yeah,
I don't know how he acts as
I do remember him being a werewolf at least once, but that's
once I
guess. That's a different
I
game.
do remember one time he was a werewolf.
But it's a different game. You can't really go off.
But it's funny that I would like to ask Nam because he was first.
I didn't jump
to Daniel, and Daniel died, and then Wami also died. So that's.
I mean, Wami has my back, so if I'm werewolf, I would not kill him.
Maybe one of his quirks is to smile. Maybe that's his quirk.
Maybe. Yeah, then kill me, and then you werewolf will waste one night for not killing other important villager.
Nah, I was joking.
It's fine.
Surely that can't be a quirk. Or can it? I don't know.
It could, I think. I don't know.
Yeah, that's kind of actually a good point I didn't think about, but
yeah, we have no clue. We got nothing to go off on that front, but I don't know.
That's interesting. The quirks could throw off our tells because they're acting differently. Oh, maybe they have a quirk.
I want to throw this out there. I don't know if this is good or bad.
Throw it.
I would imagine that most of the robotic quirks are verbal, like name a day of the week, name a location. Andrew said New Yorker, so I'm listening for those things. That said, Kevin and Matthias, I don't think have said a word yet.
Nope.
I think it's imperative we don't talk about quirks. We're trying to keep the robots.
I get it. But
unless you're a werewolf, then you want to talk about quirks. Right. John?
I'm saying we don't want to kill a robot.
But we don't want to call him out.
No, let the werewolves figure it out.
We would only kill people who we have no reason to think are robots,
but they
may well be werewolves.
If we're a villager, we don't want to call out the robot.
Yeah, you don't want to bring attention
to hear what we're saying.
On werewolf.
I need a nomination. People that
keep the quirks to yourself, write them down, but let the werewolves figure it out.
Okay, I think he's just suggesting that if we were to kill someone right now, it would be a quiet person because he believes that they would not be a robot.
Correct. I'm not suggesting who robots are. I'm suggesting only two people who aren't.
Well, let's hear from them. I'm going to nominate Matthias just to hear what he's
All right, Joseph nominates Matthias. Is there a second?
Yes, I'll second since Squamly's away.
All right, Matthias, this is number 1 of day 2. What's your defense?
Yeah, so it's quite early. I don't really have much to say. There's really no suspicion, so I'm a villager. Nothing strange, nothing special. I'm usually a bit quiet in the beginning of the game, so.
Has anybody else played with Matthias to confirm that?
Yeah.
I think I played
that is
a game,
true.
but-
A couple times.
All right, this is vote number 1 of day 2. Thumbs ready. 1, 2, 3. All right, everyone except Yahoo and Joseph voted up. You're fine.
Who? I know Damien seconded it. Who nominated Matthias?
Joseph.
Do I have another nomination?
How about, does anybody, and I don't want to say names, I just want to say anybody who felt like they have not talked yet, I would just like to hear something from them.
Yeah, sure. I haven't really been able to talk that often. Just playing on villager here. The whole robot thing is really throwing me off. I'm trying to pick up on clues, but just not doing a good job, I guess. That's all why I've been quiet. I'm mostly quiet in the beginning of the games anyway.
All right, so
I've also been quiet because it's my first game, and just to throw it out there, I'm just suspicious of Jojo because she said that she wants to kill somebody and not let it go to the third vote, but now she voted yes on Matthias.
I mean, I've never played with Jojo
Voted
before.
yes on the first one yesterday.
Jojo is also smiling a lot.
Yeah,
that doesn't seem
Jojo smile a lot from the start of day 1.
Can I defend myself?
Yeah.
It wasn't an accusation.
Go for it.
Yes.
Oh, you're now.
So the reason that I voted up on the last vote is because I thought he was a robot, and I, if I can help it, and I don't think Ariana has a role at the time. I didn't. I, don't know now, but like, if I didn't think she had a role, I would rather kill a villager than let the Sasquatch turn. But because I thought that Daniel was a robot, I would not rather kill a robot than let the Sasquatch turn on the first night. Because again, there are other points about he might turn eventually anyway. The seer then doesn't have to double check anyone. We're 100% confident. So I thought that made it worth it when at first it wasn't.
Yeah, I mean, I've not played
nomination, please.
I've not played Jojo before, but I've seen you when I've watched you on YouTube, and you've used that method before, where you've tried to, voted on second time, and you've been a villager. So I do know that's something you normally do. So,
real quick before we go any farther, Eddie, is there any possible way for you to pop your camera up slightly? Top of your head is popped. There we go. Top of your head was being popped off.
Maybe that was his quirk.
So that's not his quirk.
Or maybe he's hiding stitches.
But I need a second nomination. All right, then I guess we go to sleep without any.
Oh wait,
I'll nominate Eddie.
We haven't heard from Jessica.
Right,
what was that, Josh?
I nominate.
Eddie's been nominated. Is there a second?
I'll second it.
Who's nominated?
Eddie, what's your defense?
Josh nominated.
My defense is I am a regular villager. I know Damien said he was suspicious of me on the first night, and I understand it. And that's because I made a mistake when I voted down, and then I went, I made a mistake and tried to vote up halfway through. So I understand that, but it was a mistake. I was just trying to concentrate on making notes, and I made a mistake. But I am a normal villager, and I can show you I am. I mean, I'm British. We haven't even got wolves in our country.
Who seconded that one?
All right,
Peter.
this is the second vote of day 2.
We got to check with Simon on this British thing.
Ready? 1, 2, 3. All right, 13-9. You're still alive, Eddie.
I'll nominate Eddie.
That was the third one, wasn't it? Or
No.
That was the second one.
That was second.
Who just did that?
I did.
That's right. It was a quick one. We had to do it quick.
That's kind of fast.
All right, Peter nominated Eddie again. Is there a second for this third nomination?
Why are you so quick to renominate?
He either has a good reason or doesn't have a reason.
Peter, do you want to?
Because for the simple reason, because I have a short list of people that I think are either bad or have something, and he's on the bad side.
My suspicions just stem from how upset Daniel was being nominated. That made me think he was an important role. When he came out as villager, that made me think he was seer, and he made a point to shine a light on Eddie before he died, which makes me think maybe he found
that makes sense.
And then didn't get a chance to come out because he hadn't had enough information yet.
All right, well, there was no second there.
Tom, hey Tom.
I second it.
Oh, no, I'm seconding it. I did have a quick question for the second. So in the second nomination, Josh nominated Peter second. So now Peter is nominating. Since Josh did the initial nominating, is he allowed to second?
Yeah, I was going to ask that.
Can they flip flop?
Yes.
Sure.
If not, that's okay.
I have to think about that, but since Nam seconded it, we don't have that problem.
All right, just for future knowledge.
All right, Eddie, what's your defense?
The same as before, but it's the third vote, so it's looking pretty sketch for me, I'm not going to lie. What if I do this? I've got a bit of a quirk like that. I'm not sure. What can I do?
All right, voting for Eddie. This is the third vote. If you do not kill him, then we'll go to sleep. No one will die. And if there is a Sasquatch still, they'll become a werewolf. Ready? 1, 2, 3. That's 4 votes up, 23 down. Eddie is dead, and Eddie is a werewolf. Good night, everybody. All right. We'll start with the robots. Robots, what would you like to do? Here's some oil. Thank you. Werewolf or werewolves? Thank you. Seer. Who would you like to know about? All righty, one moment, please. Good morning, everybody. Good news. It must have been a wonderful day or night because nobody died last night.
I'm sorry, Daniel. So I think Daniel is a seer, and I accidentally killed him.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah, I think he was the seer, and he found Eddie night 0.
Yeah, I usually get confused between abilities and werewolf. So
is it really good news that nobody died?
Quick reminder: this doesn't have any bearing on anything really, but just remember, that when the seer dies, I will allow the seer to send one text to the apprentice seer.
I forgot we had an apprentice. That's good.
No.
So the seer is dead.
Probably.
No, that is not any kind of
necessarily.
confirmation or denial. I just wanted to remind you all of that possibility.
And the robots protect one person a night, right? They have to
Unless
agree
they
on,
burn.
or they protected 3.
Yeah,
That's correct. They can protect 3 once per game.
Or the werewolves hit a robot.
Right.
Or the Sasquatch.
Ah, that's a very
there's
good
a,
possibility.
there's they could either have hit the Sasquatch or a robot, so they have a essentially.
And both
4
of
out
those things are bad. Like if they hit a robot, then they know one of the robots.
Yeah.
Next night, they will realize, wow, it must have been a
Well,
robot.
well,
Or
it's not
it
the-
could have been. I mean, they know who they protected, and they know if the Sasquatch turns, so they can figure it out.
Well, yeah, but it's not the worst case if they hit a robot because the only thing they know is that a robot and they want to try him out that day, but at least no one died. So that's
They don't know.
Yeah,
if
it's
a robot
better.
or
It's better than a villager dying, of course.
Well, they only get to guess. Werewolves only get to guess robots twice in the whole game, so it's not the worst thing if they figure out a robot.
If the robots do use their like splitting up power, then you said it doesn't take into account who they protected the last night.
Correct.
That's correct.
All right, let's keep
So
that in mind.
it's not like the bodyguard. They can do the same person over and over.
Another question on that.
Maximum 3 nights.
No, normally they cannot, Scotty.
Yeah.
They can only do it if they use that special protection.
One person protects multiple people,
So-
and then another person again.
Essentially, if they split their save, that would allow them to save the same person twice in a row. Would they be able to save the same person a third time as their single choice, or does it not work that way?
I don't want to make it too complicated, but we'll say that they can save one of the 3 people or 2 people that they saved the night before, but not if they saved that person the night before they did the 3 people. You can't do someone 3 times in a row.
That's what you're
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Check.
So they should probably save that for when the series comes out.
Sure, absolutely.
Ariana and Ben, why did you vote to save Eddie?
And Matthias, I noticed that.
I figured
Because I trust in him. What's a
one at a
mistake, but
time.
I trust in him.
He was a werewolf,
Trusted him.
so
Okay, Ben.
I happened to be looking right at his screen when he made that mistake and like kind of did the double hitch, and so I felt like his story checked out. I really thought that he made an honest mistake, and I will say normally I will vote to kill the third nomination pretty much every time unless I have a really good reason to not. And so the fact that I thought he made an honest mistake plus the suspiciousness of Peter jumping on the nomination right
Well, to
away.
be honest, I do that a lot. So
I
Well, those two
also
things together gave me reason to try and vote to keep him alive.
Yeah, you got lucky this time, Peter.
Yeah, finally.
Because it usually gets you killed too when you do.
Yeah, he's like jumping on stuff and everybody's suspecting. Sorry, Jojo.
I was saying I also thought he made an honest mistake. Like I thought, I don't think that was a werewolf thing. I just think that was normal. But the fact that there were like 5 people arguing, saying this is like a solid reason, a solid reason, a solid reason, I was thinking, let's get him out. If he is a villager, then there's suspicion on other people. And if he's not, then we got a werewolf. So
And to be fair, it could have been still like an honest mistake, but it did make him suspicious. So it just worked out, luckily for
yeah,
us.
as a werewolf, you wouldn't want to pull attention to yourself. So I think it was a mistake, but even still.
Right.
I will follow up and say I actually don't think that Daniel was the seer. I could be wrong, but it would be really slim odds for the seer to find the werewolf the first night. And
before.
that mistake.
He's done it 2 games in a row. So I mean, he's got like
what? One
should have played with him all week.
1 in 23 chance.
Or like a 5 in 1 or in
All right,
23,
folks, I'm gonna
because
need a
you can eliminate
nomination, please.
yourself and however many werewolves there are.
Sorry, and Adrian, why did you vote to save Eddie?
I don't really like to kill people unless I'm pretty sure. And like I said before, it's my first game and I'm trying not to piss too many people off.
That's a good
Matthias also voted up.
Yeah, I also voted up. I thought Josh and Peter was the werewolves, so they seemed more suspicious, so I didn't want to kill Eddie. But I'm usually wrong when I think someone is a werewolf, so I should learn.
Welcome to the club.
I want to hear from Hector.
Nomination.
Me? I am suspicious of John.
Nomination.
I've noticed. I guess I'm nominating him.
Okay.
I noticed that I think this is one of the first games I've played that you have not given a last opinion while we're nominating.
Oh.
I thought that was interesting.
Oh, hold on, right before we go to nominate.
I've really been controlling myself too.
Hang on a second. John's been nominated. Is there a second?
All right.
Yeah,
just so we can get him talking.
All right, Damien seconded. All right, John, go ahead. What's your defense?
Yeah. Let me just say, I want to be the werewolf because I've been the plain villager every single time except for one game where I was a drunk werewolf. I mean, half the game I was not a werewolf anyway. So I am literally the plain villager. I can't even claim anything interesting about it.
Isn't that what they all say?
It is. But I'm definitely thinking through this stuff.
All right. Done for John. This is vote 1 of day 3. Ready.
Any last words, John?
1, 2, 3.
I think it's fine. It's only a first vote.
I trust him.
Yes, huh?
All right, that's 6 down and 15 up.
And that was the first nomination, correct?
That was the first yes.
one, yeah.
Simon, what's going to be your reasoning for the delay on that thumb turn?
Because I was laughing too much. I can't remember.
Again?
Were you checking? Were you checking your list or something? Was that a good valid excuse?
Well, no, and I even because usually when I do my votes, I close my eyes so I can't ever get accused of waiting and things like that. But I can't even remember what the person said, and I don't think I closed my eyes this time. I was just laughing too much. Sorry, it was.
I need another nomination.
I'm very suspicious of Nom.
How come?
Not werewolf for sure. That's for sure.
He hasn't said anything since he killed a villager immediately, and again, he is very smiley. I don't think I don't want to talk about quirks, but I don't think that makes sense.
Well, yeah, but he did second me when we killed the werewolf, so.
And yeah.
So
he did
second
make me suspicious of Jojo because Jojo is trying to eliminate me. So.
I didn't nominate you because I'm too scared to do that, but I just wanted to know if anybody else thought the same thing.
Well, I mean, no, because he did just second and not a werewolf.
Thank you.
Well, that's some big brain plays.
I need a nomination.
Right.
100 IQ.
Wait. Who Nom seconded a werewolf death?
Yeah. He seconded.
He was the third vote, not the second.
What?
Yeah.
I have
he was the third.
Second.
He was on the third vote. He was the second.
Yeah.
Right.
I need another
that
nomination.
can be a werewolf play too.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, that would be a big brain play from werewolf. So
you can do that stuff now.
Yeah, maybe.
Well, Nom, if there was a big brain player, it would be you.
We got a countdown.
I nominate Jojo.
Nom nominates Jojo. Is there a second for that?
Yeah, I second it.
All right, Jojo, what's your defense?
I am permanently on the villager team. I was suspicious of Nom. Apparently nobody else is. I am also suspicious of Ben. If I'm going to die, I want to put that out there. I don't have anything else. I'm on the villager team. Please don't kill me.
What's your suspicion about Ben?
So I feel like I don't really like his reasoning for voting to keep Eddie. And I think, he is normally very quiet, but I feel like he pitches in a little bit more. Also, Jess, and Ariana maybe voted to kill John, and they were not in the majority. And I didn't think that was a great reason to kill him. So that also is a little bit suspicious for me.
All right, we're voting for Jojo. This is the second vote of day 3. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Four votes down, 17 votes up.
I nominate Nom.
I'll second it.
Nom.
Second
set.
Who?
I second it.
Kevin seconded. Nom, what's your defense?
Okay, I have to come out now. I'm actually a robot, so we have to kill Jojo next. They don't know the other two, so yep. We have to let the Sasquatch turn then.
Oh.
So if we think he is, if we think he is a robot, we don't want to kill him. And
Probably, yeah.
But then the
werewolf.
Sasquatch turtle.
But they'll know one of them potentially.
It's probably that the werewolf hit me yesterday, so they are trying to push me up. So that includes Jojo, Joseph, and Kevin. So I suggest we hang Jojo next, or the steer check Jojo.
I disagree.
So
the steer can check me. That's fine.
Are we voting for death or not death?
I don't
know.
So I would say if you believe he's the robot, which I probably do, then vote to keep him because I think that is worth it. And if you think he's lying, vote down. But
not discussing who's robots necessarily, but has anybody seen Nam do anything that throws us thinking he's a robot?
He was smiling.
No.
I had him on my robot list.
Works can be so varied that I think it's going to be very hard.
I don't want to vote. This is the third.
Oh, the voting down is a werewolf. So
ready, 1, 2, 3.
Oh.
That is only 7 votes down. Nam is fine. Everyone go to sleep.
Gosh.
If there is a Sasquatch still alive, you're now a werewolf. Alrighty. Okay, well, that was an exciting and fearsome day. We're going to start with the robots. Robots, what would you like to do tonight? Thank you. Werewolf or werewolves? What would you like to do tonight? Thank you. See you. Oh, what a beautiful morning. Oh, what a beautiful night, because no one died. It's the same situation as yesterday. Wow.
We have a problem.
So the Sasquatch definitely turned.
Yes.
If they're finding our robots.
Well, the Sasquatch turned because we didn't kill somebody.
Yeah, we didn't kill him.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
We have to kill Joseph now because here's what I know. I play with Joseph a lot of time. He's a smart player, has ability to do a lot of bluff, and he would never make a mistake like that by voting down on a person who claimed to be a robot.
You're wrong.
So.
You're wrong.
Yeah, I agree. I think Nam is wrong.
I think the robot is a defense. I think Nam is a werewolf and just using the robot.
I agree. He's definitely smart enough to do that. And
I wouldn't come out as a robot if I was a robot.
If Nam is a robot, could he tell us his quirk?
No, he cannot.
They're not allowed to tell
But
us
what
their
I'm
quirk.
thinking is, when I think of a quirk, I think of every time someone says quirk, play with your hair. Something specific, and you know whether you're doing that or not. I don't think smile the whole game. That's very vague and like.
That's too general.
So I just don't.
Yeah. We also don't want to talk
It also
about.
could be something like smile during the day at one point. Like, I have no idea.
like I could be wrong. Obviously, I just am voicing my opinions.
We don't vote to keep him alive.
I did vote to keep him alive, and then I saw that someone I very much trust and very much think is good and probably knows more than I do voted to kill him, and that made me think, oh, well, that seems like he's probably a werewolf. And then
I'm just going to nominate Nam again. Why not?
Absolutely.
Joseph nominated
I'll second
Nam.
it.
Yahoo seconds it. Nam, what's your defense?
Still a robot. So now we all know that Joseph is the werewolf. So yeah, do as we will. I'm still a robot. And Joseph is a werewolf. So.
All right. Yeah. Voting for Nam. This is vote 1 of day 4. Ready? 1, 2, 3. That's 9 votes down and 12 up. Nam is still okay.
Just test my theory because now we killed Joseph or any of the killing votes. Joseph, Josh, Yahoo, and we figure out.
I'm in the mix now. Crap is this?
Because you voted me down, and you also.
Yeah, I voted to save you the first time, but then you went after Joseph, and no, let's not do that. And whatever.
Well, I think there's a possibility that Nam is not a werewolf, and Joseph also is not a werewolf. There definitely is that possibility.
Yeah, well, and I will point out that Nam always does this thing where it's like, if it's not him, then vote me out, which that is a very real thing, is that oftentimes you fight with people that aren't werewolves, and then we kill 2 villagers. Not good.
Yeah.
I didn't say that. I said that Joseph is a smart player, and he wouldn't make this not...
It wouldn't be a smart move to be so aggressive.
It's not smart. There's nothing that's smart about voting down every single time.
Because I'm telling you that Joseph is a werewolf, and we need to test my theory that Joseph is actually a werewolf.
Well, how about we test the theory by voting to kill you and see if you're a robot?
Well, why is there? Did I miss something? Why is there so much defense for Joseph?
Yeah. Why? What's
curious.
the reason? Why?
Right.
What's the reason for Joseph?
Let's just vote to kill Nam.
If I say why
is there so much? Yahoo, why is there so much defense for Joseph? I'm just curious.
So there's a problem in this game, which is that we can't talk about something, and it seems very foolish to vote somebody out that is voting down for every vote.
Oh, yep. All right, I got what you're saying.
I'm just gonna say it's nice weather out here.
Probably all do.
At least the robots know now who to protect. So
I nominate Nam.
Josh nominates Nam again.
I second
Don't second it.
Nam, what's your second?
Wait, who seconded?
I'm still robots, and yeah, there we go. All the werewolves: Jessica, Yahoo, Joseph. So.
All right. Second vote of day 4.
Don't kill me. Kill Joseph first, and then we all know if I'm a robot or not.
Normally more willing to die.
3.
Wow. We could nominate Joseph, and if he votes to kill himself, we know he's okay.
Okay, it's 14 down and 7 up. Nam is gone. One moment, everyone. Nam was a robot, and when you deconstructed him, you found that his quirk was he could never ask a question. All righty. Good night, everybody. Oh no, remaining robots. What do you want to do? Thank you. Werewolf or werewolves? What would you like to do? Actually, one moment. I don't know what we're doing. Yes. Okay. Werewolves are still awake. Thank you. Seer. Who would you like to know about? All right. Good morning. Well, your nights of no killing have ended with the death of the villager. Yes, once again, in this regular villager, John. Sorry, John, you are dead. All right, it's day 5.
I think there might be someone who should come out, but I could be wrong.
What role do you think should come out?
Well, I think it's a specific person, and I don't want to.
The final robot should come
say
out.
too much stuff. No, the what?
Final.
I don't know. I
There's
don't
two
know what
left.
you're asking for.
No, I don't think robots should come out. That we.
But if we have a seer that have some information, they could come out though, because we have an apprentice seer. So.
Well, assuming that the seer.
Assuming that's the case.
And now the seer, but even then, whichever seer we currently have probably has a solid amount of information.
That is a good point. We have it's 5 nights. 5 nights of information.
And that's the same number as the nights at Freddy's. So that's a good reason for the seer to come out.
And how many turns has it been since the Sasquatch turned?
Like 2.
2.
1 or 2. Yeah, 2.
Stop forgetting about that.
Oh, yeah.
I'd like to nominate Joseph.
All right, John.
Don't do that.
Joseph.
I have
Is
a
there
good
second.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
I have a good defense.
Who was the second?
I think you do. That's why I wanted to hear it.
Yeah, I have a good defense. So I'm gonna I've been voting down on every vote, and the reason I did that is because I wanted the werewolves to think I was a robot, so they would go after me instead of someone else. So I tried to protect the robots. I'm gonna prove that that was just something I made up by voting up now, because I'm just a villager. But that was
I love you, Joseph.
kind of funny.
That is some big brain plays, Joseph.
I was 50-50. I was like,
we should make up our own.
I was like,
quirks, so
either
far.
it seemed unlikely that it was that aggressive something for a
Wait, so
did it get seconded?
That seemed too obvious.
Did we get a second?
Who nominated? Who
I
seconded?
seconded.
Yeah, I seconded.
Michael and Hector seconded. All right, this is vote 1 of day 5 for Joseph. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
I just didn't believe Nam. It just felt like that was a good werewolf thing to just claim a robot. So
That's 4 down and 15 up.
Yeah, but he was nominated 3 times.
Joseph.
Hey, wait now. He still could be a werewolf.
Wait, if I was a werewolf, I wouldn't do that. That's so stupid.
Joseph.
Okay,
Joseph,
you do stuff like claiming bodyguard, so it's possible.
Joseph,
but
in a way, you were being the bodyguard.
Bodyguard for the robot?
The robot bodyguard.
Or the martyr.
Yeah, just want to do keep in mind that that doesn't necessarily clear him because he could be a werewolf pretending to be a robot.
True. Joseph did speak about this kind of tactics before today when we played, so that makes it a bit more believable.
Ironically, he could actually be a robot and have had a second fake quirk that he like.
No, because then Nam would have known. Nam would have known that he was a robot.
He was a werewolf.
It is true. Yeah, that is.
I wouldn't have killed Nam if I was a robot.
I want
Once
to hear from
again,
Ben.
shouldn't be speculating about the robots.
What was that,
I wanna-
Jojo?
I want to hear from Ben. I want to hear who he is and is not.
Oh, he's a werewolf.
Okay. Ben?
I am not a werewolf. I already explained why I voted to keep Eddie alive.
That's cool. Who are you suspicious of?
I have people that I'm reasonably confident are not werewolves. I don't really know who are werewolves yet.
Okay.
I will just say the other person that I voted to kill was John, and literally, I even marked him as safe at the beginning. And literally, the only reason I voted to kill him is because Jess is my wife and John is her dad. So I was going with her read. That's all.
I missed something here. Has someone been nominated?
No.
Oh,
Sorry.
good. Oh, no, never mind. So I need that though, please.
Yeah.
Wait, are you siblings?
I'm just still stuck on that.
Married.
There was so much.
So
much directed directly at Nom that there was hardly any room to go to talk about anybody else for like most of 2 days.
That's true.
And so, like, at least some of that probably has to do with the werewolves had guessed what Nom was or had figured it out or something. Maybe not all of it. I like. There's probably some people who are fooled, but at least some of it, I think.
So in all that conversation, I really feel like I missed a nomination.
I'll just nominate Hector. I just want to hear you speak.
All right, is there a second for Hector?
Seconded.
All right, Hector, what's your defense?
Yeah, I'm a villager. I thought I was lost in the game, but I think I first distrusted Nam. I was suspicious about Nam, but then I trusted him, and I also about Peter and Josh. And I'm still very suspicious about Joseph and a Yahoo, who is trying to drive suspicion away from Joseph. So I'm a villager. That's all my thoughts.
Who are we voting on?
Hector.
This is the second vote.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like you threw my name out there, so you should probably get voted down.
Oh, no, it's the second.
So spiteful.
All right, ready? 1, 2, 3. That's 2 votes down.
Joseph, I thought you were
17.
not going with the down vote
No,
thing.
I wanted to kill this time.
Damien, why have you been seconding everyone?
This is second Wami.
Because Wami's not here to do it.
He's
And I haven't
taking
been
one
seconding
spot,
everyone. I've only been
Well, not
I
everyone.
Jojo,
How many seconds have I done?
The leaders of
I think
the
like 2 or 3.
Can you talk about that for a bit?
Who's talking?
Jojo, you
Oh,
were
okay,
one of
Michael,
the leaders of the anti-nom crowd, so I was just. Could you talk about that for a moment?
About what? Sorry, it's
Being one of the leaders of the anti-nom crowd.
I was clearly wrong, but like I said with the quirks, I just didn't think that was a solid quirk, and I know that Nom is a very good player, and so I thought he's absolutely smart enough to come up with I'm gonna smile the whole game if he is a werewolf, or he's gonna whatever. So yeah. I was also I should have noticed this, but I was going with someone else, but it was.
I need
This is
another
hard.
nomination, please.
Looking over my past notes, since we know Nom was good, Nom on day 3 nominated JoJo.
Yeah, but was that in retaliation?
The last time that.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Well, the fact that I was suspicious of him was suspicious.
Yeah, I think it was something that the Yahoo mentioned that 2 villagers were arguing. I think that was the case.
Oh, okay.
Now always goes after. It's like if you say you're suspicious of him, then you get accused
15
back.
seconds.
I nominate Jojo. I'm still suspicious of her.
All right,
Sorry.
Adrian nominates JoJo. Is there a second?
Is this the third vote?
Yeah.
Yes.
But we know that Sasquatch already turned. So.
But it's still not good to not kill.
I will second.
At this point.
All right, JoJo, what's your defense?
I'm on the villager team permanently. I'm not exactly sure whether we should kill me or not. But do with that what you will. I'm on the villager team, so just know that.
All right, thumbs for JoJo.
Why
This
would
is the
you not
third
know if
vote.
you should die or not?
Well, because of
day
like,
5.
there's no
Sasquatch already turned.
no killing.
Yeah, I guess I see.
All right, ready? 1, 2, 3. Eight down and 11. I'm sorry, 9 up. No, wait. 11 up. 11 up, sorry. JoJo, you're still alive. No one has died today. Good night, everybody. All right, we'll start with the robots. Thank you. Werewolf or werewolves? All right, let's do this in order here. Werewolf or werewolves. I'll start out by saying, would you like to use one of your guesses for the robots? Thank you. Would you like to kill someone? Thank you. Seer. Who would you like to know about? Well, good morning, everyone. Good news. The beautiful mornings are back. No one died. Woo.
This
All
is
right,
just
I have
crazy.
Rules question.
Robots rock.
If the werewolves name all 3 of the robots, then the robots all 3 die.
And I would tell you. I'd be like, you found all the robots, deactivate it.
Oh, so they would still be in the game.
No. They would die. They'd be immediately removed from the game.
But I think they get 3 guesses, and there's only 2 alive now.
Another question about that.
They get 2 guesses.
2 guesses.
Oh, okay.
And I will basically, you'll wake up and I'll go, you found so-and-so and so-and-so dead.
I believe what JoJo was saying was that you get to name 3 people, not that they
you
get to do it
name
3
3 people, yes.
Oh,
Even
yeah.
if there's only 2 robots
so they don't have
left.
to be spot on.
And
correct.
Can they use their special power and a regular kill?
That's correct. I should have been clear on that. I'll do that tomorrow.
That's
I
a
just
werewolf thing
would
to
like
ask.
to point out that it seems like as the clock turns on, it's more and more likely we're going to have a crazy robot, and that seems like the worst outcome. I'm not for killing villagers. However, it seems like the dismantlement of the robots would be better for the village overall. Eventually, we've already lost 1, so I'm just saying. And I know I'll be killed immediately for saying such heretical things.
Oh, I agree. I think you're right.
Michael, you are muted, bud.
Sorry, I forgot to unmute. That would only come about if we hang the other robot, because if the werewolves kill the robots at night, it's going to be both at once.
But as the nights go on, there'll be fewer and fewer people. They get to pick 3 people. They're obviously not going to pick people that are on the werewolf team. So, like, it does get to be statistically more likely.
Sure, but let me explain something here. So there are currently 19 people around. We know for sure there are not 10 werewolves. If there were 10 werewolves, the werewolves would immediately win, forgetting it doesn't matter if the robots exist or not.
Sure.
Well, it's good to know there's not 10 werewolves.
I haven't done that yet in one of my games.
We do have to start killing werewolves, though.
Yes,
basically, like we're thinking about the robots as if they are good for us. But if it comes down to one, then it's
they're good
definitely
for us
not
as long
good.
as we don't kill the next one.
Yeah, they're good for us as long as we don't kill another one during the game.
Yeah, but if the werewolves find them out like late in the game, maybe it's not that big of a deal because like
Well, they could
I
potentially
agree.
already know some of the robots because people that they've tried to kill, like we
I
have
think
3
that's what
days
happened
that we
last
didn't
night.
kill.
Yeah.
So it's actually possible that they already know all of them.
Yeah,
Of course,
Well,
there's
they
also
don't know that
possible that
because-
targets have been protected since we've
Sure.
seen
Yes.
random bodyguards do it.
Yeah, that's true. They
And
could have. They
the
could have
robots,
guarded.
the robots could. Here's a scenario: the robots could have used their special kill power on the same night that the werewolves picked a robot, and the kill was a robot kill, not a werewolf kill.
That is also a possibility.
John might have not have to kill the werewolves.
What happens if what happens if the robots are found out by the werewolves? Is the person they try to protect not protected then?
If all of the robots are identified by the werewolves,
Yeah, but the
they're
robots go
deactivated.
first.
Yeah, they would still defend, I think,
They would still defend, yes, but then
for that night.
for that night, and they wouldn't get any more.
So we know there are at least 3 werewolves, probably 4, maybe.
Yeah.
4, I
and-
think.
I think
a
4
lot of us-
werewolves is more likely, or
Right.
5 maybe even.
And a lot of us
five,
tend
we
to
already
think
killed one.
that
So
that
4.
werewolves can often hide and be in quiet. So I want to hear from some quiet people.
Hey Yahoo, we also had the Sasquatch, so we could have another
Yeah.
werewolf.
Yep,
That's why
you
I
are
was
right.
thinking it could be 4 or 5 even.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd
Yeah.
agree.
Which is very scary. So
Well,
All right, let's get some nominations going.
all right. Well, just since Jojo says you want to hear from quiet people, I like to nominate Ariana because she's been very quiet since
I was
we
thinking
last
the
heard from her.
I'll second just because I was thinking the same thing. I just want to hear her talk.
All right, Ariana, you've been nominated and seconded.
Okay, my defense is I'm just learning from all of you. And despite that I look suspicious because I'm a villager. I'm just like that. But I'm just trying to understand all the dynamics here.
Well, at least give us some maybe suspicions or
honestly-
things that you trust, maybe.
No, honestly, and this is because I am new. I'm more suspicious of all the people that is talking and try to divert your attention to something. I can't point it out anyone, but I just I'm a villager.
All right, voting for Ariana.
Desperate.
This is vote 1 of day 6. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Thank you, Jojo.
3 votes down and 16 up.
As long as we're talking about
Yahoo and Jessica, what were the votes down? And Hector, what were the down votes for?
I think I remember her voting up to keep Eddie, and I think she voted down for Nam, so I don't know. I was just suspicious.
Anybody got notes on that?
No, it's out my notes.
Well, Ben also voted up on Eddie and maybe down on Nam, and you haven't said anything about him. I don't take notes, so I could be wrong.
Yeah, I don't take that massive notes.
As long as we're talking about quiet people, I'm going to point out we haven't really heard anything from Joseph except for when he was nominating Nam or defending himself.
Yeah,
We've heard
that's
more from
actually
him
true.
than a lot of other people.
I was kind of quiet in the first day because I was trying to think of a fake quirk. Like I was first thinking about having to say the last word in every sentence double, but it just got too annoying, and I was like, "No, this is not going to work."
Thank you.
I'm curious to hear a little bit from Simon because Simon is usually a little bit more talkative.
Yeah, I am suspect of Simon as well.
Yeah, me too.
Okay, well, since I've been thinking about this, and I don't know if it's basically going to fit me on the bot, but like I'm kind of thinking now, since we're saying there's 2, well, we know there's 2 robots left. We don't want it to go to 1. The werewolves can't kill the robots, other than the fact that the werewolves then get additional information which they may or may not already know. Is there any reason? Should the robots come out? Is what I was thinking at the moment, but I didn't really want to say.
The werewolves
No,
can
because
then kill them.
werewolves can kill them.
So a little bit later, maybe, but right
They
now.
do bodyguard work.
Yeah, sorry, that's true.
Yeah, that's true. They do bodyguard work too. We don't. As long as there's 2, there's bodyguards. So
Yeah.
If they know who all the robots are, then they can take out 3 villagers. And
Yeah, and then they can take them out at night. So yeah, that was
I
actually
need another
stupid.
nomination, please.
Well,
Peter, you've been
there
quiet.
was a lot of suspicion at Simon, so let's just nominate him.
All right, Simon's been nominated. Is there a second?
I'll second that.
All right, Simon, what's your defense?
Boring old villager, I'm afraid. I don't know nothing. Suspicions.
List them.
I don't really have that many. I guess.
Why'd you say it then? Very suspicious.
Well, suspicions. I was thinking who is suspicious, and
Interrogator over here.
And yeah, if I was a robot, saying the word suspicious would probably be my thing. Yeah, no, sorry, I don't really know anything at the moment. I am, boring villager. To be honest, it's not gonna hurt killing me off because I'm not adding anything.
All right, this is vote 2 of day 6. This is for Simon. Thumbs ready. 1, 2, 3. That's 7 no's, 12 yeses. I need a
I got
third
more
nomination.
suspicion of Simon after that defense.
What?
And he was like stuttering and nervous, and you can kill me, it doesn't matter, and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to nominate
I
Joseph.
agree, Joseph. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I
what?
would just like to point out that Ariana voted to kill, and I believe that.
Hang on a second, Hector.
That's ever happened.
Hang on a second, Hector. What'd you say?
I want to nominate Joseph. I think we for sure know he's not a robot and he was against Nam, so I still don't trust him after that. So
All right, Hector nominated
nomination.
Joseph. Is there a second for that?
No.
I don't think so. I mean, I don't think he's a robot, but I don't think that means that he's a werewolf.
Look at his background.
That's
the worst.
Behind me.
Nom's probably on the Discord screaming at us. I told you to kill Joseph.
Oh, he for sure is.
You can second.
He wanted us to kill JoJo, when we don't want him, so.
But he was right. He wasn't.
Well, he was right that he was a robot, but he wasn't.
He wasn't
He
lying.
was right about his own role.
All right, I need a nomination. That does get a second. 15 seconds.
Let's nominate Simon again then, because we need to kill every day.
All right, Joseph nominates
No,
Simon.
we don't. We
Is
don't
there-
need to.
Is
The
there a
Sasquatch has already turned.
Yeah, but
We're
statistically,
gonna
like,
have to kill though.
Yeah,
Like,
it's just that we get no progress if we,
All right, hang
if
on.
we don't.
Is
and the
there a
werewolves
second for
do.
Simon? All right.
No, it doesn't appear so.
10 seconds. I need an actual nomination with a second.
I nominate Joseph again.
I'll second.
Oh.
That's a mistake.
That was
Joseph,
Kevin
what's your
and then
defense?
Braden, right?
I understand that
It
you
was
did
just a
that
kill
because
comment.
yeah, I understand that because I went after Simon, but I really do believe we need to kill every day because otherwise,
I don't see why we do. Sasquatch is gone.
because there are like
werewolves are not
4 or
gonna
5
die by themselves.
werewolves,
The
and that is
werewolves
too
get
many
kills
for
at
however
night,
many
and
people
then
we have.
the
We need
village
to
doesn't
kill.
make progress.
there's
Yeah,
only
we
one
need
way
to
to kill
kill.
werewolves in this game.
All right, hang on. Joseph gets his defense here.
Yeah, so there's only one way to kill werewolves, so that's why the game is. Basically, we have a built-in timer, so the longer the game goes, the worse it is for the villagers. So, saying that though, of course, I don't want you to kill me since I'm a villager.
A terrible defense.
Yeah, I know, but like, if you kill me, I kind of understand it. But on the other hand, since you know I'm a villager, you shouldn't kill me. So,
All right.
We don't know anything.
Yeah.
We don't know that.
All we know is that you lied about being a robot, which is very sus.
yeah, which I wouldn't do if I were a werewolf.
Ready. 1, 2, 3.
Come on, JoJo.
That's 10 no's, 9 yeses.
sorry.
It's close, but Joseph is dead, and Joseph was a villager. Good night, everybody.
Yeah.
All right, let's start with the robots. Would you like to protect or kill someone? Thank you. All right, werewolf or werewolves? Would you like to call out the robots? Okay. Thank you. Seer, who would you like to know about? Good morning, everybody. Well, it's mostly a good morning. Ayahu, you are dead. I'm sorry. And he was a villager. There are now 17 people left alive. Good news is there's not 9 werewolves. Otherwise, you would lose.
Sorry, Jess. Can we hear from you?
Yes, I was about to speak. I think JoJo has actually been so vocal that the werewolves would have killed her at this point. So I'm kind of
surprised, but I'm liking
so,
it.
I don't know if I believe that you're good.
Okay. That's fine. I'm sorry.
She's like, wait, don't talk anymore.
Wait.
There were 3 people who went for Joseph in that. So that was Hector, Kevin, and Braden. So I want to hear from them since he was a villager in the end.
Honestly, it was just a cool comment.
For
me, that was it.
Yeah, for me, I was suspicious. I thought that even the downvoting thing he was doing, I thought a werewolf probably would do that still. So I don't know. He's a smart guy. He just threw me off.
I do think that makes him look more suspicious, which kind of is weird to me because then that makes him like that'd be bad for a werewolf. You don't want to be suspicious to the village. So that's why I believed his idea that he was just voting down to
Yeah, and Jojo is the one. Oh, Jojo, sorry, Joseph. Joseph is the one who would do the downvote thing. I think that he would do something like that.
Of sounding real werewolfy, but the seer should have a lot of information, or not? Apprentice
Or he
seer?
could be dead.
I mean, there was a lot of nights where no one died, so it seems like unless we voted kill him.
I mean,
opportunity for seer or apprentice seer to come out.
No, the apprentice seer can't know anything yet unless they became.
Right.
Oh, they would know. Yeah. I'm saying
whoever the seer is.
Depends when they turn. Well,
the fact is, if the seer is still alive, and we do have the apprentice seer, like
me, the fact
that
no
would be a
one
lot of
said
information.
I'm good.
Surely, I mean,
and the bodyguard.
Lately, if you know 2 werewolves, you got to come out. If you, but at this point, I don't know what night we're on, but
and the robots can protect them.
He could clear a bunch of people.
Yeah,
I think if the
probably lost
seers
them.
around, the seer could come out, but I don't think the apprentice seers should come out.
I don't think any of the seers are alive.
I think it's very much.
I'm the seer.
I think the fact that
Who said that?
I did. Okay, so I haven't found a single werewolf, but so the first one that I checked that's not completely safe is Damien. That was before we had this no death stuff.
Oh.
But then Jojo, Josh, Michael, or Hector is completely safe. They are after that.
Hold on, say that again.
Hector, Michael, Josh, and Jojo. They were after this no death third night.
Sorry, say the list one more time for me.
Yeah, please.
Yeah. So Hector, Michael, Josh, and Jojo was after this night with no death, and we didn't kill anyone during the day. And Damien was before
Damien's
that.
a question mark.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then there was Joseph and Nam that was also before that, but they are dead now, so it doesn't really matter.
At the risk of bringing suspicion on myself yet again, I'm wondering if it makes sense for one robot to come out and declare themselves.
No.
What's your reasoning for thinking
they
that?
will kill that robot, and then the robot will kill us.
No, because then the werewolves only have to guess one robot then.
Yeah.
Now
so the werewolves
and the
get
robots start
3
killing us.
names. The werewolves get 3 names, and then there would only be one that they would have to switch between the 2 other slots.
They
So.
probably
I start killing people all the time.
Well, what I'm saying is, it would give us one person that we know is good, and then the werewolves would still have to figure out the other robot before it's bad for us. And so they're guessing one. Well,
We
they have
don't
to
know
find
3
one
people
out
are
of
good.
like.
No, it'd be bad for us from that turn, because if the werewolves kill one of the remaining 2 robots, the last one goes berserk and starts killing everyone.
The werewolves
They
can't kill.
Can't kill them unless
They can't kill the robots unless they kill all of them.
Only we
The
can kill
werewolves can
robots
kill the robots by
accidentally.
guessing.
So
Only if they name them all.
If they name them all.
No, if they name it at all, they die.
Yeah.
No,
Anyone
it's
at all.
All right, let me
They have to name
clarify. The werewolves can guess all the robots. If they do so correctly, all the robots will die. That's the only way a
Right.
werewolf can affect the robots.
And if a werewolf, comes out now,
hang
that
on.
means that there's only one robot that the werewolves need to guess. It makes the guess easier for them. So let's not
Yeah.
do that.
Yeah, I don't think robots should come out.
Before we do that, I've got a question
Michael.
from Matthias about basically he said that only Damien was not sure of with the seer thing, but there were 2 people he should have checked before.
Here's the thing, Michael. You said something though. If
He's
we let the
apprentice seer, I
werewolves,
think.
if we let the werewolves kill the last robot, then we don't have to worry about the berserk robot. That's just as bad as werewolves, almost.
That's worse, I think.
I do
That's
think
a werewolf
But the
thing to say.
robots, the robots are not going to come out, though. I don't
So the
think.
robots shouldn't just come out like Matthias did with as the seer just now. Like that's what I'm saying. If you're on the stand on the 3rd vote, then that is essentially a different argument.
I'll nominate Scotty.
Do what?
Okay, real fast, Matthias.
What?
Are you apprentice seer or seer?
Don't
seer.
answer that.
The first seer?
I'm not sure if I would know anything else, but yes. Well, I have checked from day 1, so the first 2 I
So
checked
you
was
would have been
Joseph
seer.
and Nam,
So
but they're
you're
now
the
dead.
Okay, got it.
So I have 7 people I checked, and all are villagers.
Yeah.
Okay.
I nominated Scotty.
Hey, hold up
Wait,
then.
Peter, you
Before we
nominated who?
before we continue on with
Hang on,
this,
now the nomination was made. Who did you
right, but
nominate?
did someone second?
Who's
Well,
nominated?
I know, but hang on. I didn't even hear it. Peter, who'd you nominate?
Scotty.
All right. Is there a second to Scotty?
Why did you nominate him?
Because that was the second werewolf thing he said. I first like I think it was day 3 or 4. He said something that I was like, oh, that's a very werewolf thing to say, and he did the same thing right now. I didn't want to nominate him then, but I'm nominating him now for that.
I'll second.
All right. Josh seconds it. All right, Scotty, what's your defense?
Well, I think the first time I said this is a very werewolf thing, but nonetheless, I'm actually the owner of the village Scotty's Home Security Solutions. You can call us at 1-888
Oh my
Kill
gosh.
Wolf.
Oh my
Just have
god.
that standing by.
Sensors, sirens,
Oh my god.
or window
Props.
He was ready.
keypads.
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh.
We offer way more than bodyguards or robots could offer in security. So that's my
Oh
defense.
my gosh.
Like an electronic master pass for
All
werewolves.
right.
If I ever start a security company,
This is day 1 after that.
Oh, which nomination is this?
First.
Scotty Security. This is day nomination 1 of day 7. Ready? 1, 2, 3. That's 3 down, 14 up.
That was amazing.
Yes, who are you suspicious of?
I have
Oh,
no
you said
idea.
no.
I've been so wrong every time. I'm like out of it now.
I'm suspicious of Ariana. I think she flip-flopped at the last vote. She was going like this, I think, the previous day.
It's like pulling teeth to get her to talk. She
I
is
don't
like
know.
too quiet.
Yeah.
Well, because quiet people could go either way so easily, and what's the village?
I
gonna
know.
do? So
I need a
We
second
gotta suss them
nomination.
out. We gotta suss them out.
Right now, I think my main suspicions would be Simon and Ben, and to a lesser extent Kevin, but I'm not confident on any of them.
I need a nomination from somebody about someone.
I mean, I've been suspicious of Ben, but I don't really have any reasons why.
He's her husband,
15.
right?
Yeah.
Well, that's enough.
Trust me,
if I was playing, she would know. Okay.
I think, Jessica, you're right. You know.
Oh, no, Ariana's trying to deflect.
10 seconds.
I'll nominate Ben.
Who nominated Ben? Michael? Is there a second for Ben?
I'll second Ben.
All right, Ben, what's your defense?
Everybody else has said it, but I am a regular villager, and our numbers are getting low. We got to go somewhere else, but I brought suspicion on myself a few times, so I totally understand. That's all I got.
All right, voting for Ben. This is vote 2 of day 7. Ready? 1, 2, 3. That's 8 down, 9 up. You're still alive. I need a third nomination.
I'm suspicious of Ariana more since the.
She laughs so much.
He voted down.
Okay.
Oh, so there is no nomination then?
I'll nominate if we got a second for Ariana.
I'll second it.
All right, Ariana, you've
Adrian?
been nominated and seconded. What's your defense?
I think we need to be more strategic because really, I think we are lost. Because I'm sure I'm not a wolf. So.
Oh gosh. Has anyone played with her before?
It's her first time, I thought. She said first time, right?
Gosh.
Did it was?
Okay.
No? Yes?
All right, ready. This is vote 3 of day 7. 1, 2, 3.
Guys.
That is 12 down and 5 up. Ariana, you are dead. I'm very sorry because you are a villager. Good night, everybody.
See you guys.
Laughing your way to death. All right. Well, that was kind of exciting. Robots. We'll start with you. Would you like to kill or defend? Thank you. Werewolf or werewolves? Would you like to guess at the robots? Would you like to kill? Thank you. Seer. Who would you like to know about? All right, good morning. My grid is beautiful now, mostly because Peter's dead. A villager's dead, and my grid is now a nice 4x4. Sorry, Peter. All right, it's day 8. The good news is there's not 8 werewolves. If there was, you would lose.
Matthias, who did you check?
Yep.
Simon, he's a werewolf.
Ooh!
All right, cool.
Yeah.
That should have been quite obvious, so.
I nominate Simon.
I second.
Simon, what's your defense?
I've got none. Good luck. You're all going to die. No chance.
Well, do you want to tell us how many werewolves there are?
Yeah.
Give us a little hint.
There are 7 werewolves left.
And who are the other werewolves?
The other werewolves are Hugh, Barley McGrew, Cuthbert, Dibble, and Grub.
I suspected him.
I might have to
knew it all
see if you
along.
just
I
based on
suspected
that,
myself.
Simon.
Sorry?
I might have to vote to save you just on that reference.
As long as one
This
person
is a vote
gets
for
it.
Simon. This is vote 1 of day 8.
Who was
Ready.
the nom in second?
Ben and Damien, I think.
Yeah.
Okay.
A few
Ready.
of us did. But,
1,
yeah.
2, 3.
What are you doing, Adrian?
That is
Police.
I'm having fun.
Yes. 1.
Yeah, Adrian was also
59. All right.
driving against Ariana.
Hang on a
and
second.
voting.
Simon is dead. Simon was indeed a werewolf. Good night, everybody.
Shortest ever.
Ding dong, the werewolf's dead. All right. Well, that seems like everything is solved then. But we'll start with the robot or robots. Would you like to kill or protect? Say again. Hang on a second. Running out of cards. All right, thank you. Werewolf or werewolves? Thank you. Seer. Thank you. All right. Good morning. So there's a lot of things going on. I need everyone to pay attention. We'll do the easiest one first. Well, not for you all. But Matthias, you're dead. I'm sorry. We'll see you later. Secondly, Braden, you found him broken down in the middle of the lot because he did not follow his programming. He was required to say werewolf twice a day, but you all killed so fast yesterday, he didn't have a chance to do it. So the other robot is now a killer robot.
Oh.
Thirdly, there's another kill last night. Jessica has been killed. Jessica is a villager, but she's also the hunter. So right now, before we say anything, she can take one person with her.
Crap. Scotty.
All right, Scotty is out, and Scotty is also a werewolf, but once again, Scotty's the werewolf hunter and can take one person out with him.
Just because I'm werewolf hunter, can I kill a robot this time or not?
Sure, you can.
Okay. I don't think I care. Do
it.
See you, Josh.
Josh is dead, and Josh is a villager.
Dang.
All righty. Hang on just one moment. There's a lot of blood. We are down to 9 people. And there are not 5 werewolves. If there was, the werewolves would win.
Do we
The
think
seer can now send something to the apprentice seer? That's possible. If that's possible, I will text the seer who the apprentice seer is. If you don't get a text seer, that means the apprentice seer is already dead. Okay, I know that was a lot of confusing things going on.
Are you confirming the seer died?
Yes.
Like, is that something that you should have told us or not told us?
Thanks, Victor. No. All right, let's move on here. Don't be so picky. Don't be so picky of the moderator.
I mean, we all, I think, believed he was the seer.
I don't think I'm like spoiling any major stuff.
Right, I think we believe, but just point it out, right?
Spoiler. I mean, there was a chance Matthias was doing some massively weird brain plays, but like, obviously not.
He was a werewolf.
Yeah, no, that would have
a
been,
lot of people.
I think it was pretty clear that Matthias was the seer.
Right. I'm just right.
And I'm guessing Simon was the werewolf cub, since there were multiple deaths last night.
Well, you said that one of the robots didn't have the programming, so does that mean that?
Now we have a killer robot as well. The robot's no longer.
Well, the robots also had a chance to kill somebody.
That's true.
So I'm gonna say that I think Hector is probably the robot. I've seen him do some like things that I was thinking he's the robot, and I didn't want to say it, obviously. But
well, yeah. Now we can come up with a quirk.
Yeah. Now we all want to say what we think.
Yeah. Now we want to identify quirks.
I am not the robot. I think
Yeah,
we need to kill the robot now, but I am not the robot.
Quirks.
Based on Nom and Josh's quirks, Nom was you can't ask questions. Josh, you have to say werewolf twice.
As a robot, you're not allowed. You're not allowed to say. As a robot, is not allowed to say their quirk, right? So I'm just going to point out, because I've been trying to play as a robot a little bit. I've been messing with my hat. So if anybody's paying attention to that,
hey, I think we know it's Hector, right?
Not noticed that.
Werewolf.
With my hair, it's not my quirk. Well, I have no quirk.
But what if I say something about a werewolf, though?
What do you mean?
It's not going to be the same as the other robot's
Because
quirks.
he's doing this.
No, that's
I'm just trying to see what the trigger word is.
Because I can't hear Michael.
I see, Jojo.
I think it's going to be something verbal, like Nom and Josh were, Braden. Sorry, because Nom had you can't ask questions. Braden was you have to say werewolf twice. It seems that that's the kind of vein that Tom was going for when he was making the quirk. So I'm not sure how much of this weird action thing is going to be relevant.
There should be at least 2 werewolves, right? Like the werewolf hunter and the Sasquatch.
The hunter
Hunter is dead.
Yeah.
So how many werewolves have died?
I think 2.
No, I think it's 3. Simon.
Yeah, it was 3, right?
Scotty,
Simon,
and Eddie.
And Eddie. Yeah.
So okay, so 3, which means that we
I think there's 2 left then.
probably.
It was the Sasquatch who turned.
Including the Sasquatch in that.
Well, yeah.
4 people that Matthias cleared are still in the game. What do we think the chances are that one of them is the?
Well, he said Damien was before, but I mean, before the Sasquatch change, but I don't know if. I mean, I still think he's safe right now, but I don't know. I know. Yeah, I trust. I mean, obviously, Jojo, Michael, and Hector.
Good. Oh yeah, Hector.
But he cleared them. He cleared
the seer would see the robot as a villager, right, Tom? He wouldn't see him as robots.
Oh, I tell them as if it's a werewolf or not a werewolf.
Okay.
Okay. So right. So still could be a killer robot.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. I'm trying to figure out the numbers. Is there do we? I almost feel like it has to be one of those 4 people, but I'm not.
No.
Sure that checks out.
That has to be a werewolf or a robot.
A robot.
Oh well, one of us.
Clarify, there's no way a werewolf could be a robot. I'm not playing silliness like that.
I mean, it's definitely possible for one of us to be the robot or Damien to be the Sasquatch. But there's still, I think, there's just as many people who he didn't check as there were that he did. So
Yeah, because
I think Hector is the robot.
I'm inclined to agree with that, Jojo, but I was going to say I'm surprised that Matthias didn't check me a second time after he said he had suspicions all night. He did get a werewolf out of Simon, though, which is good.
Which is, yeah.
All right, I need a nomination.
Because I survived by only one vote, so I thought for sure he was going to check me the next night.
I thought so too, but he did a good job getting werewolf, so it's fine.
Yeah.
Well, Jojo, you've been paying attention to Hector? Like, if whatever you think his quirk was, how often did you see it happen? Do you think?
I was definitely seeing. There was a couple glasses pushes. There was a couple like hair things, but I think this one was really getting me because it keeps happening.
Is that happening every time the word quirk gets mentioned?
It's not because I kept saying quirk, werewolf, and none of it was doing it. So
what if you have to say robot
or Hector or I'm trying to figure out what word it is, but I don't know.
Are you sure it's a word?
Here's the thing, though.
It probably isn't.
Hector, you have to tell us. We're asking you. You're a robot. You have to tell the truth.
I am not the robot. I am not the robot.
Oh, okay.
I need a
I
nomination.
do these because
15
when
seconds.
Michael speaks, I can hear him. So I push my...
What if JoJo is the robot and trying to throw suspicion to kill other people? I'm kidding.
I
don't think that JoJo's a robot. She wouldn't have pushed so hard on Mom if she was a robot.
That's why I'm just joking.
5.
Hector. Nominating Hector then.
All right, Victor nominates Hector. Is there a second? Oh, wait, we don't need a second anymore. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna feel so bad if I'm wrong.
I'm going after off of JoJo's thing. I thought she was going to second that. Or
I mean, we have 2 more votes, so I'm not.
It's Hector's defense here, folks. This will be where you defend yourself, Hector.
Yeah, no, I'm not a robot. I do this because I can hear sometimes. I do this a lot, but I'm not the robot. Yeah. Jojo.
Voting for Hector. This is vote 1 of day 9.
What do you think, JoJo? Yes, no?
I don't know.
Ready?
I'm sorry.
1, 2, 3. That's 3 down, 6 up.
All right.
Let me point out, Tom said that he had picked all of the quirks beforehand and he randomizes the rolls. So it can't be something like push your glasses up or adjust your headphones or something like that.
But I don't think
something that everybody can do.
I don't think it's adjust your headphones. I think it's make little ears.
No.
Well, now that makes me get less credit because why would a robot need to make little ears?
Why would a robot not be able to ask a question? I don't know.
Oh, that's true. I don't know. That's just programming.
I have a question. Why are we trying to kill the robot and not the werewolves?
Because the robot has become a psycho killer and can now kill 2 people a night.
Is it 1 or 2?
2. Although they can be werewolves also.
So they're now more powerful than a werewolf. They can still help us, but
they're still for themselves.
But there's also a greater odds they will kill a villager just because there's more villagers right now than werewolves. Otherwise, the game would be over.
I need a second nomination.
I think we should kill a werewolf because there are at least 3 werewolves now.
How do you know there's 3?
I don't know.
There could be at least 2. Oh, there could be 3 or 2.
Robot right now.
I think we.
How do you know that so much?
Probabilities. I have a spreadsheet.
Oh no, that makes me sleepy.
10 seconds.
Yeah, I am too.
I feel like JoJo might be the robot because I feel like she's saying something every single day.
But then Nam and her wouldn't go after
5 seconds.
Yeah, I wouldn't have gone after my fellow robot. I nominate Kevin.
All right, Kevin.
I second nomination.
We don't need a second.
Sorry, I
What's your
forgot.
defense?
Just a normal villager. Wasn't an apprentice here. I don't have any of that information. Just normal.
Suspicions.
Well, you had me on the whole Hector thing because I know you're good, JoJo, but the whole ear thing is weird. Let's say Adrian for just kind of deflecting the whole, asking about the whole not trying to destroy the robot. I think he might be a robot.
Who nominated Kevin?
JoJo.
I thought it was.
All right, voting for Kevin.
I nominated him, and I'm really not sure.
Yeah,
Ready?
I'm not sure.
1, 2, 3. That's 4 down, 5 up. You're still alive, Kevin.
Oh, good.
Nominating
Oh,
Hector.
Hector's been nominated by Victor. Hector, what's your defense?
Hold up, Tom. I already nominated someone. Can I nominate again?
You can't do it in a row, but
yeah, you're good.
I did.
You're
Okay.
good for this
Okay.
anyway.
Okay.
Because other people have in the past, so that's why I'm just going off.
No defense.
I'm not the robot. And I think now I'm suspicious. I was a little bit suspicious of Victor, but now I'm very suspicious. But I'm not the robot.
Of who?
I'm going after JoJo's observations.
All right.
He's saying he's suspicious of Victor.
This is for Hector. You do not have to kill. 1, 2, 3. That's 4 up, 5 down. Hector, you're dead. Hector was a villager. Good night, everybody.
Oh, no.
All right, we're going to start with the robot. 2 kills. Thank you. Werewolf or werewolves? You can't do the guess. You've already done it twice. Thank you. Seer, who would you like to know about? All right, good morning. It's a bloodbath. Jojo, you're dead. Jojo was a villager. Kevin is dead. Kevin was a werewolf. Victor is dead. Victor was a werewolf. There is 5 people left. There is not 3 werewolves, otherwise the werewolves would win despite the robot. All right.
So we know Michael is okay.
I mean, now I'm suspicious of you, Adrian, because Kevin was saying you were throwing off people from the robot conversation.
I was not trying.
I think you're the robot.
I'm a villager. I just wrote everything here, and I forgot to write what happens when there's only one robot left. And I thought that the robot was on the villagers team.
Tom already told us what would happen now, so I think it's you. But we also got to find the werewolf.
Are we sure that there's a werewolf left?
No, there has to be one, otherwise it'd be over. Oh wait, no, if the robot's still up, then
yeah. No, if
you're muted, Damien.
Sorry.
So yes, to clarify, there does not have to be a werewolf alive if there's a killer robot. If there's a killer robot, we keep playing, even if all the werewolves are dead.
The only one 100% safe right now is Michael because he was checked after the Sasquatch. Damien is most likely safe, but he could have been a Sasquatch change, but I don't really see it because
the problem is either of us could still be a robot because we'd appear as a villager to the seer.
That's true. Yeah. And then Ben, we don't know anything about Ben, but I don't have really any suspicions either way.
Suspicious of Ben as a werewolf rather than as a robot, and I don't know if there's any werewolves left. So yeah, I kind of agree with you on Adrian.
Yeah, I'm thinking because again, I think Adrian trying to throw a suspicion off or trying to throw the conversation away from the robot, and then Kevin ends up dead. That seems kind of like he wanted to make sure that Kevin couldn't go after him.
What do you mean? I was trying to throw suspicion out of the robot thing. I was asking about the robot thing.
You were deflecting it. You were talking about how we need to focus on the werewolves.
Yeah, because I thought that when there is only one robot left, he still wins with the villager team.
No,
That's why I was just asking. It wasn't clear on my notes. That's why.
Maybe.
And Ben, since you're not getting asked anything, what do you think at the moment?
I'm trying to decide if it's better to figure out who the robot is or if there's still a werewolf. But now that we know that the robot can keep on killing people even if there's not a werewolf, then
he's worse than a werewolf right now. He kills two.
We need to kill the robot this turn, otherwise they'll win because they'll kill two when there's four.
I agree.
Yeah. Right. I was thinking, my understanding before was that if the villagers kill the werewolves, then they win, whether there's a robot or not. But you can clarify that. That's out of the question.
Do I have a nomination?
It sounds suspicious, but I'm okay with Adrian.
Michael, I'm sorry, what?
I nominate Adrian.
All right, Adrian, what's your defense?
Like I've said, I'm just a plain villager, and I was asking about the robot thing because I wrote everything down except for that specific thing, and I was unsure.
Who do you suspect?
I think Ben.
As robot or werewolf?
As a robot.
All right, voting for Adrian.
Nah, I don't think Ben's a robot.
Yeah,
All right.
I don't either.
Ready? 1, 2, 3. That's 3 down, 2 up. And Adrian, you're dead. Adrian was indeed the last robot. His quirk was he was never allowed to vote anyone down.
And it's my favorite thing to do.
Good night. No, you can tell us later after the game. All right. The game is not ended, though. There is no more robot phase, so we'll jump right to the werewolf or werewolves phase. Who would you like to take out? Thank you. Seer. Thank you. Good morning. What a fast night that was. Really fast for you, Michael, because you didn't live through most of it. Michael's dead, and Michael was a villager. There is not 2 werewolves, otherwise the werewolves would instantly win. So this vote is pretty critical. We'll talk it over, and then when I call a vote, you'll each vote for someone else.
Damien, what do you think about Andrew?
Do we have a seer? The apprentice seer?
I do not have anything. So Ben came up my list earlier in the game. I haven't made notes in what, but since then it's been not determined. Whereas Andrew, you've been quick to prove people, but then as a werewolf, you would know. So I can't take that either way. I have to see what your arguments are.
I also killed like 3 werewolves. I voted down Eddie. I voted down Simon, and I voted down. Who else did I vote down? I feel like I voted down another one. Let me check my notes. I only voted down those 2 because Scotty died from the hunter. Kevin and Victor died last night, so it's probably from the robot. So that's what my defense is. I've killed werewolves.
Those were pretty easy ones to jump on, though.
That's true.
Both pretty much proven.
I mean, that's what I've been helping the village.
Okay.
Like,
so
I also
Andrew,
said that I also voted up like JoJo because I didn't think she was bad. I voted up Joseph because I didn't think he's bad. Because like I've played with them too and seen their games. So that's the other thing. What about you, Damien? Like, I think you're still the most likely to be clear just because of the seer.
I'm the only one who's had a seer check, and it's right at the start of the game.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Well, Ben, what's your argument then? Because if you assume I'm safe because there is the question mark over it, why should I trust you over Andrew?
There's really not a good reason. I mean, I've been suspicious a number of times, so I can certainly understand if you think that I'm the werewolf at this point. I mean, the only thing I can say is I think it's Andrew. That's all I got.
All right, this is what we're going to do for the vote. I'm going to have you all write the name down, and when I'll say 1, 2, 3, you hold it up simultaneously. If it's a 3-way tie, I'll give you another 30 seconds to talk, and we'll vote again. If we get three-way ties, then we go to bed without anyone dying, which is probably not good for the villagers. Let me know when you're ready.
Good.
You're good? Andrew, you ready? All right, ready? 1, 2, 3. All right, it's 2 votes for Ben, 1 vote for Andrew. Ben is then killed. Ben was a villager. Andrew then turns into a werewolf, killing Damien. And the werewolves win.
Good job, Andrew.
All right, everyone, real quickly here, let me go over some things first before we get going. The seer was Matthias. Ariana was the apprentice seer, but never got any information because you all killed her before the seer. Simon was a werewolf. Eddie was the werewolf cub. Although the night he was killed, the werewolves tried to kill both the Sasquatch and the person that the robots protected. Kevin was a werewolf. Scotty was a werewolf hunter. Andrew was a werewolf. Adrian was a robot who could only vote up. Nam was a robot who could not ask questions. Braden was a robot who had to say werewolf twice. And then the Sasquatch was Victor, who was turned into a werewolf. All right, what'd y'all think?
I liked it because I won.
I liked it. Yeah,
it was fun.
I like the robot paranoia with quirks and stuff.
Yeah. Very much one of the most fun games I've seen.
I'm gonna try to work the werewolf thing a little better for tomorrow's game to how you tell me who you think it is, and also robots will be able to deny if someone says this is your quirk and actually is their quirk, they can deny it, but they still can't. They still have to do it.
Here's something, Tom. When the killer robot killed 2 werewolves, then they woke up. Normally, when you're killed before you'll tell the seer he's dead. Should those 2 werewolves be allowed to vote?
I would have told them they were all dead, but one was still alive.
Yeah.
That's why I just made the call at the moment. It was too. I didn't want to tell them 2 of them had died, and it just was easier just to do it that way. I will say this: I thought that the quirk of voting up all the time would have been revealed when you pointed out the werewolf, and he was the only person who voted up. And people pointed out, he laughed it off, and then you just all went on.
I mean, it's all Yosef's fault. Yosef really screwed with us with just constantly voting down as his fake quirk.
We wasted one of our special powers on including Joseph, so it worked.
That's good.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
I was considering the other way, that always vote up.
It's
good that I didn't do it because nobody would have noticed it.
I mean, I was just trying to ask. I guess Tom took that as us voting because I said, "Do we vote?"
Well, I said, "Do you vote?" But then the other people said yes. So
I didn't see the other people.
We nailed Adrian a lot. Was our first robot. We knew that one all along. The problem was we thought Peter was too, but he was protected.
Yeah.
I would say that Nam not being able to ask questions really was trying to him.
That was a tough one.
It was so annoying.
Wait.
I was thinking about that. Most of my
That's why you were smiling.
Tom, if Jason gets it, can his be like he can only talk in the first vote?
He can only talk if someone is directly asking him a question.
Again, these are all random. I didn't set anything up on purpose.
What were you? Now I was gonna say something. Yeah.
Oh, my quirk is so annoying because I want to ask questions to get information, but then he gave me their quirk, and then if you rewatch the video, every single time I was just about to ask a question, but then I realized ask the question, then I have to translate into a sentence to a sentence and not a question, so that I'm gonna still alive. But
and other than the weekday games, this is the first time the werewolves have won in quite a while.
It's been a while.
Yeah.
I mean, at the end there, I knew I had to take out Michael because he was the only one confirmed.
Yeah.
And then
that was it. If you hadn't taken out Michael, it would have been well, I know he's good, so you did the right thing.
Yeah.
And you did really good on sort of calling out Adrian when you did sort of going straight for him. That's really good.
And Braden got, I guess, kind of screwed over because when the seer called out Simon, it was an insta vote.
Yeah.
I should have just been like werewolf, and then we're fine.
Yeah, he's a werewolf. A werewolf.
He's definitely a werewolf. A werewolf.
Thank you, Nick.
I tried. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, Nick. Sadly.
Yeah, sorry, man.
Nick actually helped. Was Nick helpful?
Am I in the werewolf team?
Yeah.
Yes.
You're an honorary werewolf. You've been werewolf enough that you're an honorary werewolf.
I hope tomorrow that more villagers are going to make up quirks, so it gets more. It's fun for the.
I was thinking about making a quirk up
tonight.
I was really trying to do, like I said, do something with my hat every time.
I was doing the stash, but again, they're predetermined, so you got to do something.
Yeah, not everybody's going to have a hat or a mustache, so it's got to be something that everybody can do.
Fake a mustache if you don't have one.
Yeah. You got to do a Whipley. What's his name? Whipley Snide Stash.
Daniel tried to do something weird with your eye. What was that?
Tom, you should make someone have to pick their nose every day.
I let out a girly scream when I watched Damien Wright. I could tell it was Ben, and I was like, yes.
I feel bad for Daniel. He got voted out pretty early. Just 'cause.
It was actually I just tried to not be killed and then make the werewolves assume that I'm a robot or something, but it didn't work.
Well, when you did this,
hold out any. Yeah, well, I tried something.
Yeah.
See,
the thing about Werewolf is that the moderator is important to Werewolf to some degree, but at the end of the day, it's going to be the group that plays that makes the game what it is. Yeah, and you'll see that because the difference between the game you just saw and the game that we see that will come out later this week are fairly striking. But this one in particular was one of the most interesting games I've ever seen. Had one of the bloodiest nights ever. Lots of back and forth. I wondered if I might have stacked it too much against the werewolves. Obviously, I did not. So this is interesting. I'll be messing with the robots. We'll see them show up in the future probably somehow in some way. But I thought it was an interesting way to try out in this game. But anyhow, I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks so much for watching. Until next time, I'm Tom Vasel, and you've been watching Werewolf on the Dice Tower.